Good morning, everyone. So, my dear students, today we'll be discussing few advanced concepts of set theory. I hope you all are aware about the basic concepts of set theory which we have done in the last session, which needs a recall for drawing the basic Venn diagram for 2 sets, for 3 sets, as well as the formula for union of 2 sets, the formula for union of 3. You may never require a formula for 4. We'll talk about the methodologies to understand the concepts related to 4 sets in the next video. Today we'll focus on 3, and that too very specific, unique questions related to 3 sets. Right? So to start this, to understand it, these two formulas are a prerequisite. So I would suggest all of you to go through my last video of basic fundamental concepts of set theory. So when I say advanced concepts, let us understand what do I mean by the advanced concepts. How do we calculate the minimum value of union of 3 sets? How do we calculate the maximum value of union of 3 sets? So by the word union, you should be able to understand that I am referring to at least one element. Right, Ji? So when I say union of 3 sets, let's take an example to understand it. Now the example is, in a school of 200 students, 100 students play cricket, 60 students play badminton, and 50 students play hockey. Right? 60 students play both. Now, pay attention to the word both. 60 students play both cricket and badminton. 50 students play, I'm so sorry, 45 play both cricket and basketball. Let's make the question a little easy. 35 students play both badminton and hockey. 30 students play both cricket and hockey. Right, Bache? So there are 3 sets. 100 play cricket, 60 play basketball, or you call it badminton. We want to understand the concept. 50 play hockey. 45 play both cricket and basketball. 35 play both basketball and hockey. 30 play both cricket and hockey. Now the question is, what is the minimum number of students? What is the minimum number of students playing at least one game? My dear students, remember, very important question. Remember the strategy to handle it. Playing at least one game. Minimum number of students playing at least one game. At least one game. कम से कम एक गेम खेलते हों. यानी कि they can play 1, they can play 2, or they can play 3 as well. Right? 1 or 2 or 3. Shall we try understanding the question with the help of a Venn diagram? All right. So let us try understanding the question with the help of a Venn diagram. So I'll take 3 sets. There are total of 200. I said you should be referring to my first video wherein I have taught the basic concepts of sets. So cricket is 100, basketball or badminton, whichever game you like, just write it down. I'll say B 60, H 50. 45 play both cricket and basketball. So shall I write it here? No, I cannot. These are the students who play only cricket and basketball. But I said both. So both means this plus this. Cricket and basketball. So intersection of cricket and basketball is these two. If I put it alphabetically, this is A, let's say this is G. A plus G is 45, right beta? Basketball and hockey, 35. Cricket and hockey, 30. Right? So why I'm writing it outside, I hope the reason is crystal clear to all of you. The combination of these two cells is 30. The combination of these two is 35. The question was playing at least one game. So at least one game? Can I say 200 is the answer? Some of you might be wondering. A couple of you are saying 200. No, dear, it cannot be 200. Why it cannot be 200? Yeah, can I have your answers, please? Yes, fine. It cannot be 200 because there may be some students, yes, who are not playing any of the games. Does the author says ever in the question that each student is playing one or the other game? No. There might be a couple of students like Pradeep who do not like playing games. So they are, let's say, X in number, right? I wanted to, my parents never allowed me to go for games anyhow. So 45, 35, 30, X, right? Right, beta? So how do I go ahead? Now, here starts the important part. How to solve this question? At least one game. Okay. I hope all of you remember the basic formula for union of three. A union B union C is equal to number of elements in A, 100, plus number of elements in B, plus number of elements in C. And what does the formula says? Minus union of A and B, minus union of B and C, union of C and A. तीनों को minus करना है, so I can take a minus common and add, plus G. Now what does G refers to? This part, right? So these three alphabets are not playing any role here. Now let me call this as U just to make optimum utilization of the space available on the board. 210 minus 110, 45, 35, 30 plus G. So beta U is equal to 100 plus G, right? Yeah, U is equal to 100 plus G. What is U? This is union, right? This is U. Those who are playing one or the other game, either they are playing one game, or they are playing two games, or they are playing three. At least one, कम से कम एक game खेलते हों. या तो एक खेल रहे होंगे, या दो, या तीन. Right? Right? So X are those who are not playing any game. So that means zero game wale. So can I also say this 200, is it visible to all? Thank you. 200 is equal to U playing at least one game. This total I am taking it as U. This total, right? Plus X at least one game वाले या zero game वाले. यही तो दो तरह के बच्चे होंगे ना स्कूल में. कुछ भी नहीं खेलते. Those who are not playing any of the games, playing one game. Yeah, either they're not playing any game or they're playing one. Right? So X plus U is 200. So the question is, I'll tell you why I am asking you to understand this. All right, let's come back here in this question. U is equal to 100 plus G. Okay, so that means the question was minimum value of U. So if the question is minimum value of U, I need to find out the minimum value of G. I hope simple linear algebraic equation. U का minimum बच्चे, तो G का भी minimum. Right? U minimum, G minimum. Let's see what can be the minimum value of G. What can be the minimum value of an integer representing number of persons, number of students? Can it be negative? No. So what can be the minimum value of something which is representing a value? 0. Yeah, let's try taking it. If this is 0, this is 30, this is 35, this is 45. No, this total was 35, so this is 35, this total was 45, so this is 45. This summation was 30, so this becomes 30. Let us see if that is possible. 30 plus 30 beta, 65. The total of hockey is 50, so this becomes minus 15. 45, 30, 75, total is 100, this is 25, positive value, not a problem. 45 and 35 makes it 80 and the total is 60. This becomes minus 20. What has happened? Gosh. Can it be minus 20? It cannot be. So where is the problem? In assuming this to be 0, which is a more negative value, 15 or 20, 20. Integer representing number of students cannot be negative. What should be the minimum value of this variable? 15? No, even if you put this as 15, won't affect this. This becomes 0, but this becomes still minus 5, right? Simple fundamentals of number system. So that means this has to be 20. Minimum 20. If this is 20, this automatically changes, this also changes, and this becomes 5, and this would neutralize to 0. This is already positive, will become a little lesser, right? No need to cross check, just for your satisfaction, for students those who are not able to understand. I'm writing the values, right? Beta 20, 30, again 45, this becomes 5, fine, positive. 25, 20, 45, 45, 55, this becomes positive, 45, fine. 25, 15, 40, 20, 60, this becomes 0. So all are positive. Cool. So that means what can be the minimum value of G? So G minimum beta can be 20. If G minimum is 20, U minimum is 100 plus the minimum value of G, which is 20. So this is 120. Minimum number of students playing at least one game. Got it? Now why I wrote this? So this is the best possible way, rather than making equation, making it a 3-page long question, solving it easily, right? What is the other way? Make equation, write this as a variable E, F, G, A, B, C, right? And keep solving a lot of equations if you have ample time in the exam, right? Just put the value as 0, see what is the highest possible negative value. To neutralize that highest negative value, you should increase it by that many units. Simple. That's the way. In the next video, we'll talk about how to find out the maximum value of U, the maximum value of the union of all three sets. We'll also discuss how to find out the minimum value of X or the maximum value. Here I have minimized the value of U. Some of you might be wondering, sir wrote 200 is equal to U plus X, but he has never used it. Hold on, I'm going to use it now. U minimum is 120. Now imagine the question would have been maximum value. Remember, I'm changing the question now. This was one of the real questions in the toughest aptitude possible exam. I hope you understand the name I'm referring to. Maximum value of those playing no game. That means the author wanted to know the maximum value of X. Right, beta? Maximum value of X. Do I need to do all the calculations again? No. I can use it. That's the reason I wrote it. Steps remain the same. So remember, if you have to find out the maximum value of X, addition of two numbers is fixed 200. I need to maximize X. I need to maximize X. मुझे इसको maximize करना है, इसको maximize करना है. That means U को minimize करना होगा, right? Boss, me and my brother will get something out of the pocket money saved for children. So my dad wants to distribute 40 rupees. Me and my brother Piyush, we will get 40. I want, let's say, the minimum. So that means Piyush will get the maximum. If my father is giving me 1 rupee, Piyush gets 39, or the vice versa. If I want the maximum, I get 39, he gets the lowest one, right? So if I keep on maximizing, or the other way of understanding it is, if I say x is equal to 200 minus u, right? I need to maximize. इसको मैक्सिमम करना है, 200 फिक्स्ड है, दैट मींस इसको मिनिमाइज करूंगा, जितना कम से कम एक कांस्टेंट वैल्यू में से सब्ट्रैक्ट करूंगा कम से कम, राइट? 200 में से 0 माइनस करूंगा तो बस ये 200 होगा ना, 10 माइनस करूंगा तो 190, 100 माइनस करूंगा तो 100. सो जितना ये मिनिमम होगा उतना ही ये मैक्सिमम होगा. True of is simple. I hope those who are very comfortable with linear equations can easily understand it. Now, do I have the minimum value of u already available? Yes. That means all the questions of Venn diagrams, maximum, minimum questions boils down to finding out g, this variable. This is very important. u को maximize करना है तब भी g पे आएंगे. u को minimum अभी करना था, हमने पिछले क्वेश्चन में किया. Then also we boil down to g को minimize किया. x को maximize कर रहे हैं, वो dependent है u पे, u dependent है g पे. Got it? So x maximum. Fortunately, we already have the minimum value of u, which is 120. What is the maximum value of x? Yes, beta. 80. Cool. Done? Yeah? So that's the strategy to solve the questions of Venn diagrams. 3 sets. In upcoming videos, I'll talk about to maximize g and minimize x, right? And in upcoming videos, I'll also make a video for all your reference during these days to understand the concept of 4 Venn diagrams, 4 sets, which is rare, but let's be prepared for the worst case possible. If I'm prepared for the worst case, I'll be able to work on the easier questions. All the best. Thank you. Take care. God bless you.